Thank you. Thanks for joining. Today is day number 4. Today we want to do the verification. So let's go log into the lab setup, and from that lab setup, we'll first of all verify that what are the things we have done, what are the configuration we have done, and then we will do the verification. So let me see where is the lab. Okay, here we have the lab setup. Let me connect the VPN. Connecting the VPN, give the username and the password. And what I have done, I have created the notes related to what verification we want, all the steps as well in a notepad. So in future, if you do the verification, you can easily go and refer all these points. Let me do the RDP. And we are logged in. Let's go inside this. Yeah, if you can mute from your side. When you are there, can you mute from your side?
Yeah, I'm looking to see where to mute it at.
Okay, I can mute from, no problem. All right, it's done. Okay, so let me go and log in here. So what are the rules? What are the policies we have, what we have done so far? I'll go and walk you through that first, and then we'll go and do the verification. So we have our next generation firewall 1. And once we are inside next generation firewall 1, we have the out zone and in zone configured. Okay, then we have something routing configured. So let me quickly go here to next generation firewall 1. Once you are here, if I can increase the font size. Okay, so once we are here, then we can go and check the show IP, means what are the IP addresses that we have configured over inside and outside interfaces. So we have 3 different VRF VRF pointing towards 3 different subnets inside 198.110.123, like that, 10.1, 20.1, 30.1, 40.1, and then we have one outside interface. Now what we have done next, that we have created the static route as well, a static route pointing towards this gateway from our outside interface. Now the interfaces that you're seeing, it's very much like we have in ASA firewall, right? In ASA firewall also, you can go and create inside zone, outside zone, right? DMZ zone, and then you can go and assign the interfaces. Once we have the interfaces assigned, once we have the zone defined, then we can go and create some sort of static or dynamic routing. Now, once you have this routing enabled, means you are running your ASA, either ASA firewall or FTD, in L3 mode. We have option that we can run this as a transparent mode, or we can run as a routed mode. So if you are running this in L2 mode, so that means that it will something like bump environments. It is checking all the traffic that is going through it, but is still in L2 mode itself. You can go and you want to enable the IPS IDS feature. So you are analyzing the traffic in the wire, but still you have your sensors on, right? When we are running this in L3 mode, so in that L3 mode, that means your device is intelligent, it is routing capable. Not only that, it can do the routing, but later on we can go and create a different type of object groups, and then we can apply certain access policy rules as well. Okay, so in ASA firewall, if you compare with ASA firewall, you find that in ASA firewall we are creating the object or group of object, and then those group of object we are using anywhere. Like if you are creating NAT policy, you can use it. If you have any type of other policies like access list, etc., you can use it. Here, this is a little bit simplified. Although we are very much knowing about ASA firewall, we can configure ASA via CLI as well because we are good in CLI configurations and all. But again, with compared to ASA firewall, FTDs are simplified and they are actually advanced. You can think this as an advanced firewall in terms of the capabilities that it has. Okay, so here also we have the objects. You can see the object we have, and even we also have created some object. Those object such as we have created network object for FMC. Show object, and if we have ID we can go and check, but you can see the network services. So network related object that we have created certain like lab network. We have created some like uh, we have Splunk related like ww in, ww out. We have those, right? Let me try to filter it. So if I can include www. So here you can see that domain. Okay, show uh, show object group, and then network, and then include lab. Let's see what object group we have related to NAT. Like that means we have this CLI options as well. We can go and check whatever we can do via the GUI as well. We have all those options. Even you can go and use include to filter like we are doing in Cisco devices. And you can see that there are so many different objects, domain and objects. Great. Knowing this thing that, okay, we can go and create the objects, etc. Let's go and continue. Check the policies. So what we have done that first of all, we have created the routing policy. That's okay. Now we can go inside this policy section. Let me go to the policy section, access control. And once we are inside that, you can see that we have the next generation firewall policy. We have created different type of rules inside that. Let's go and quickly verify that. So we are here and we are going to verify the rules. So we created one for Splunk access, anything that is coming from out to in. Why? Because our Splunk server is in inside and it has some IP 198, maybe 1910 dot something range. So our inside zone 1 is of range 198.191.10.x, right? You can go and check the show IP. And here you can see that its range is 198.19. Inside one is 10.1, right? So in that range, you have your Splunk server and various inside servers in this lab. So that's okay. The policy is okay, no problem. Then we have created two default policy. One to allow outbound means from inside if I want to go outside. So I have one policy for that. The same type of things we are doing with access list, right? But in access list, you have to go and write n number of lines, n number of lines, n number of lines. Here it is centralized and simplified. Okay, and finally, you can go and see that third rule that we have created. That's for FMC static NAT means anything that is coming from outside to inside zone just to access the FMC inside IP, it will be allowed. So three basic rules we have, and then what we have done, we have created the NAT rule as well. So let's go to the devices. You can see the NAT, and we have created certain NAT rule. One rule we have created related to PAT, port address translation, means overloading the traffic over the outside interface. So let me quickly go and highlight here our rules that we have created. Again, it's very much simplified. And let me make some space here so you can see everything. Okay, let me decrease the font size so it will be visible. Okay, so here you can see that we have created auto NAT rule, static from inside to outside, from inside FMC to outside, just to access the FMC from inside. Then we have other static rule from inside to outside for the web server. We have two servers, Linux inside, Linux outside. So we can access that. And then finally, you can see that we have one dynamic rule. Anything going from inside to outside, this is allowed. Wow. And this is allowed, actually, this is allowed over interface. Means we are sending traffic with port address translation or NAT overload over this particular interface. Now, very important thing here is this that these rules are coming top to bottom, and then finally we have one default rule, kind of default rule, that if these statements, these NAT statement will not match, and these are the specific statements. If they will not match, then we'll go and check everything inside the PAT. PAT rule. Everything will hit the PAT rule, right? And then finally, we have one more configuration here. If you go to, I think policy, yep, and oops, I clicked wrong. So we have created one network discovery rule as well, because we don't want to discover everything, although we want to discover only our lab network subnet. So we have our lab network subnet. We have created that in our previous section. One IP address subnet we have inside lab network that we want to discover. Okay. So we have done these many things. Today, what we want to do, today we want to do the verification. Now, if you have anything, you can ask, discuss, or otherwise we'll go and start the verification. I think I have muted you. Let me unmute. Ask to unmute. Okay. Yes, Vin. Yep.
Yes, I'm all good. From what we did yesterday, I kind of understand it. I've been reading a lot today, so your PDF document explains a lot.
Okay. It's simple rules that we have created. Simple access rule, NAT rule, just to check few things. Now, while creating the rule, I have done one thing that we need to discuss in our advanced sections when we'll go and start maybe after 5-6 sessions, that if you go and check the access rule, let me quickly show you that. So we are inside the firewall access rule. And in these access rules, if you go and click, for example, allow outbound connection, any rule, if you go and click. So what I have done here is this, that we have option here related to inspection. So in this option, I have chosen inspection policy as a demo intrusion policy. We are going to discuss about this later on, maybe after a few classes, that how we can go create the policies and what is the use, and etc. We are going to discuss about this. And then I have chosen this file policy as a demo file policy. That means that if something related to abnormal in a network, these policies, these file policy, these intrusion policy. So if something related to signature, intrusion policy will come into picture. If something related to some sort of virus inside file, then this policy will come into the picture. Okay, so these things I have enabled, and later on we are going to discuss about this. But today I will show you the use related to these policies as well. Yes. Okay, so let's do the verification. I created one document. Let me even copy that in the this place. So simply I'll go and utilize that resource here. Great. So first thing that we want to do here is this, that we want to go and ping certain things. Let me increase the font size. Okay. So you can go and do the ping test. So I can log into the inside server. I can do ping. I can do Cisco. I can go and try to reach out cisco.com. From my outside, I can go and ping to this inside IP. Then we can go and check the show route, show ARP, these type of information. Basic things, right? So let's go to this Linux inside server. It is open here. And if I go and ping outside, is the IP. You can see that I'm pinging to 198.168.133.200. This is the outside IP, right? And we have created access policy related to inside that can go to outside, right? Like that, we can go and use wget cisco.com. You can see that we are able to open cisco.com. That's okay. It has accessibility. So again, the traffic will get natted and it will reach to the external network. Now, once we can go and check these things, then we can go to the next generation firewall. And inside next generation firewall, we can go and check show route. We have done that. We have already checked that. Show ARP if you are specific to some ARP entry that you are looking. So 198.188.133.200 is the outside IP, right? You can see outside interface, this IP, this MAC.
Huh.
Okay, great. Now we have nice inbuilt tools inside FirePower. We can go and do some sort of packet tracer. We can even go and do the packet captures as well. Okay, so we are going to check these things, as how we can go and check the packet, and then we will go and check the hit count as well. So let's go back here to the dashboard. Once you are in the dashboard, you have to go to the devices. Go to device management. Once you are inside the device management, then you will see that our policy is next generation firewall 1. That is now here. Oops, sorry for that, not here. Let me go back one step. So once you are inside the device management, then you can see the list of devices, right? And here you have these 3 dots. Now, if you go here to these 3 dots, just click, and you can see that we have option C: packet tracer, packet capture, revert upgrade, health monitor, troubleshooting files. So I just wanted to see the packet tracer here. Let's click packet tracer. At the moment we'll go and click packet tracer, you can think like advanced dashboard related to troubleshooting will open. Now here you should go and select the correct FTD. So our device is next generation firewall 1. And now I just wanted to do a small ping test. So I can go and select ICMP. So then we can go and give the inside and outside source and destination IPs, right? So what's the source? What's the destination? Let's quickly check here. If I go to the inside server, and if we do if config just to check the IP, and the IP here you can see, I just wanted the IP over the interface, this IP 198.110.200. So let's do this. Let's copy this and source type. Okay, source type IPv4, and this is the IP, assuming that it is asking about the IP only. Okay, so that's okay. Then the type, what you want to check inside ICMPC, we have all, I think 20 or 41 different parameters. So let me use this echo request and echo reply. I'll use 00. Okay, and then from where you want to go, we have option. We can go and use the this is our internal interface, gigi 0/1 VLAN ID. We can leave it. What's the destination? Destination is 198.18133.200. This is the outside IP. So if you go to this particular party and if you ping to the outside, you'll get this IP 198.18133.200. Right, and simply go and click the trace. So what this tool will do, that it will tell you that from this IP, from internal IP to this IP, although it is showing trace result as a drop, and you can see that route lookup. Let's see. So route lookup is allowed. That's great. Then access list. So we have allowed a statement inside the access list, that access policy next generation firewall 1. Oops, by mistake I have clicked there. So it will go and open that particular policy, but it is there in route lookup. Great. It is there in access policy. We have created that. Let's check the connection setting. So class map, class default, it is passing by the class map. Check the NAT. It is allowed. So which NAT policy? NAT, any outside. See, very much like Cisco ASA firewall. NAT, any to outside. After auto NAT, so it is hitting the NAT statement as well that we have created, right? And we have some additional information as well. It's telling that which connection and all those things. That's cool. Then we can go and check the NAT per session. This is also there. Then we can go and check the IP options. For IP options is also allowed. Finally, it is telling that this particular input interface, which is up, outside up, action is drop. The drop reason is NAT xlate fail, NAT failed. So actually this error is something like drop location. Let's see. Hmm. What's the code for ICMP? Is it one protocol?
Think so.
Because everything is okay. Even we are able to access, means we are able to ping to that destination. But here in the trace, it is telling that this source can't reach to this destination. Wow. And let's see the code on top as well. Let's see. Let's check. So let me go and okay. Then what you can do, you can reset this. No problem. Let's check the code. Maybe some code issue is there. which is telling that it is not reachable. Type echo request code 0. I'll change the code later on. If it will not work, I'll make this 20.120. I'll make that code as a 8. Okay, 198.18123.200. Source to destination. Let's see. Select the next generation firewall 1 and select the interface this, and then go and select the request, and let's give 8. Okay, drop. And but here I can see that we have more number of checks, right? So now we can see clearly that let me scroll a little bit up. So this particular trace is telling that you're going from this location to this location with some other code. I don't know what code it belongs to. Maybe it is some application layer code, you know. And that's the reason, if you see here in the bottom, now not only that the ICMP related checks are there, but you can see the check related to inspect as well. Inspect will happen only if you have application related to traffic, right? Here you can see that ICMP service. So it is inspecting the ICMP services as well. Wow. And these flows, you can see how detailed these flows are. Flow creation, external inspect, then snort rule as per the app ID, and how detailed this is, and then finally drop. Why? ICMP bad code. So it is dropping because the code is incorrect. Let's quickly see here. ICMP protocol code. Type 3, type 5, all are there. It's all detail about ICMP. So you can see that codes are there, and we need to choose that code. Okay. Number 8, source to host, port unreachable, protocol unreachable, net unreachable, destination unknown, communication distance prohibited, predefined. So these are the code sims that we should go and use. And now if I want to change it, okay, I can change it. Wow. Let me run this trace one more time. Oh, great. Great. So, but we have seen so many things, while checking all these parameters. So that is good. And see how many rules it is hitting. What we have done, we have created a very small policy, like one access policy, one NAT rule, but behind the scene it is checking. And that's the power we have with the next generation firewall. Right? Good job. So let's go back
Yeah,
and
packet tracer's pretty cool.
Evan, what you're telling? Okay, you're telling something. I just
Yeah,
missed.
I was saying the packet tracer's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really robust, right? Means it's checking each and every segment. Although we have the same thing in ASA firewall as well, but here you can see that we have integration in between the packet and the IPS IDS engine. So not only it is checking the normal ASA, but it is checking the snort rule as well. All right. So likewise, when you come back to the policy on top, you can see that we have analyzed the hit counts. So this will also tell you that we have pre-filters and AC policies, and the hit list that we have, rule name and etc. And let's see that select the next generation firewall one. So see here the hits that we have for different rule. Splunk, no hit is there. Allowed outbound connection, yeah, we have done that ping test. Static NAT, no hit, and you can see the default action that we have, 121 hits. So traffic is going via that default rule as well. From inside to outside, a rule is also hitting. Okay, so you can see that hit counts as well, some sort of log type of message, which particular policy is hitting, what's the occurrence for that. Great. Let's continue our verification. So what we have done that we have checked these many things from the top, right? Now we'll go and check the malware detection, okay? And we'll go and check the file. We have file inspection as well, right? File policy. So that also will go and check. But let's just start with the malware detection. How the firepower. So we have created one policy called demo inspection policy. Again, later on we'll discuss about that. How within the engine, where exactly this detection is happening. Each and everything I have nice slides for that, and they flow inside the slides. You will understand this 100%. At the moment, let's verify it. Later on, we'll discuss the theory. All right, so malware detection, how we can do, we can go to the inside, we can FTP to the outside, and we'll try to get the root access. So let's try to generate one exception here while doing some malicious activity. So oops, sorry for that. Here I am. Maybe font size is a little bit small. I don't know if you're able to see this or not.
I can see it.
Okay, all right, thank you. But still, let me go and increase little bit. So in future, if I upload this video to YouTube, so this will be visible. Okay, so here we are. And what you can do, you can FTP to outside. And for this FTP, we have username and password. Guest is the user and the password is 45. Okay, and I'll mute yourself. Okay, so wait, I'm not able to do that. Your internet connection is unstable. Okay, great. So once you do that, then you can try to gain the root access, and for that you can go and use this root, and now it will go and hit the inspection rule. And how we can go and check, we can go to analysis, intuition, and events. So let's go here. On top you can see we have separate tab for analysis, and then you can see that we have the intuitions and events. So once you go there, let's go reach there, and the first hit, you can see it is telling that protocol. Increase the font size for this as well. So you can see that protocol TCP CWD root attempt. Someone is trying to take the root access. And now if you can click this, you can see that we have a table view of the event. So the priority is minimum, it's got dropped. Source IP is this IP 198.190.100. Destination is the outside IP. We have the inside, uh, this is the inside port number, initiation port number. Destination is 21 for FTP. And then we have this protocol FTP CWD root attempt, uh, classification as a potentially bad traffic, etc. Now, if you want to check detail about that, you can go and click to the packets. And you can see the packet label is this, that priority medium from in zone to out zone from the next generation firewall 1. This is the ingress, this is the egress, then the source IP, then the destination IP, and then here you can see that rule. Remember, this rule is in Lua language, Lua, Lua. Some university in Brazil, they have developed this language related to rules and signature related to IPS engine. Okay, so clearly you can see that you have this result here. And if you go to the main dashboard, so let's go to the main dashboard. I will go here and click overview, and the Intuition event stats. You can see the dashboard is there and the Intuition events is there. Okay, next generation firewall get started. It's taking some time to load up, and clearly you can see first event protocol FTP. Oops, is redirecting us to this particular page. But yeah, we can go to the overview, simply to the dashboard, and then you can go and check the Intuition related output. On top you can see here you have, let's see the top attacks, Intuition events, actually this one, this page. It's loading, it's a little bit slow, but from the main dashboard also you can see that, and then you can go, if you go click here, it will redirect you towards the analysis and the Intuition and the event, that particular page. Great. Top event here, FTP. And if I click that, yes, you can see it is reaching out here. Okay, so this was related to Intuition because we have created one demo policy. From that, it is doing that. Then I have one check related to malware verification. So I have written down all these steps here. If we have some traffic, some sort of file which is affected, so how this device will go and take action, and from where we can go and check that. Okay, so for that you can go and download. So go to the inside server and try to download this particular file. It should be succeed because this is safe. This is okay file, so there will be no problem. If I go and paste here, you can see 100% download, 1.2 MB. What is that file name is project.x PDF, and there is no problem. This is coming from outside. And do we have this project? Let's see this file. What is content inside this file? Just a second. Let me search if I can search it. So the outside server IP, let me try to RDP to that IP, is 198.168.133 dot I think 120. And if it is a Linux box, then I think I will not able to access it. And let me do SFTP. Oh, WinSCP is there. Just a second. So IP is 198.133.200. Username and password. Let me try to use guest. Yes. Okay. Good. Project Q, project R, project Z. From where we are copying is the outside files project x.pdf. Hmm. Administrator, I have access there. Downloads. Okay, I'm just checking the file. I just log into this particular outside server IP, checking that what is the content we have inside that. If I have that project X file, I can see that some PQ is there, project R is there, but I'm not seeing project X. I'll check the location. What is the location? It is telling that outside and then files. But anyways, it's okay. I will try to download that file. We'll see the content. Why? Because some of the content you'll see. So this was successful because this is a safe file. Then next, if we can go and check this test.avi, it will start to download and then it will fail. Let's see. Try to download this AVI file. And what it is telling that AT connected, HTTP waiting response, already a connection reset by peer. This is giving up. Some problem. I will go and analyze these problems. And finally, you have some zombies PDF. It is malware file. And if we go and try to download, so let's see what message we are getting here while downloading it. It's telling that 99% downloaded, and then finally last block of piece, when the FirePower is analyzing, it is finding that last block having some infection. It's an infected file. So it is dropping that, although it was 99%, but still it is not 100% due to that block is infected. Okay, and then it is connection reset by peer giving up. So what we can do, we can go and check this. We can go to the analysis files and malware events. Let's go and check. We have this dashboard analysis, and you can see that we have files, and then you can go and click to the malware events. Malware events or file events. What was that? We are right. So malware event, we are here, and let's see that where is our malware? Where is zombie? Where is AVI? Where is malware block? But this is not the source and destination IP. And let me go one step back. Go to analysis, files, and check the file event first. Because we try to download some files and executables. Yeah, PDF was there. We'll check that PDF. I just wanted to check the source and the destination IP. I will try to download some PDF files. Yeah, this is slow to load, but I'll search that, no problem. Let's go back to analysis and file events. It should give you all these files, and here you can see that PDF files, malware block action is something malware block. These are not our IP, right? These are some different IPs. Okay. Now from this, I can see one PDF. Let's see in the bottom. 192.168. Although it is showing that it is blocked. So you can see this HTTP outside, resolving outside. This traffic is inside to outside, right? And it is blocking there. Inside the file section. Event stats performance. And you can go to main dashboard as well. So everywhere it will show you. You can go and select. There's no such no problem in checking this. So you have these events and some tokens are. Yep. So we are just analyzing that particular final output. Meanwhile, if you have any question, you can ask. Yes, when we are very much done for today's class. Simply this analysis again, we have separate section to check all these parameters related to malware and intuition. It will be somewhere here itself in these files. I have to go and check all those files. It's not showing that IP that we have, but somewhere it will be there. I can go
Yeah.
and check all these logs one by. I need to check all these logs that we have, but it is there because you can see that it is blocked by the firewall rule, reaching 99%, etc. You have any question?
No, I'm good.
All right, let me pause the